They told me for years there was no money in podcasting. Well, they were all wrong.
And I want to ask you about these comments that I'm pretty sure Stephen A. Smith made a little while ago about Shohei Ohtani, saying, because this kid is legit. He is the most craziest baseball player I've ever seen. Something being done in the MLB that hasn't been done since the Babe Ruth days. Literally,
generational player, absolutely. Yeah. But if he stays healthy, he's gonna do very big things. And we don't want to talk about Hall of Fame this early, but if he keeps this up for 10, 15 years, and
he's still young. He's like, is he in his 20s?
He's 26, 27, somewhere in there.
He's pretty much my age. But I bring up Stephen A. because he said something, I'm paraphrasing now, like Shohei Ohtani can't be the face of baseball because he doesn't know English, right? Yeah. He's not as marketable. And while, people jumped on him and called him all sorts of names and whatnot. Now, I understand his points. Like, he's not totally wrong, but I also think he's completely wrong because baseball fans care about baseball, right? Like, there is a proper way to market Ohtani. Like, I open Instagram, I see every single one of his home runs. I see every one of his stat lines. So he's wrong in the fact that he can't be the face of baseball. It's just going to be harder. Like, what do you take away from those comments?
Well, I think they're very insensitive. And, you have players who come over here to play in Japan from North America, or they're originally based in Latin America, and they're assigned an interpreter. I mean, imagine, I would like to see Stephen A. Smith go and work as a journalist in Japan and see how well he does. And he has to write and report and speak in Japanese. It's not happening.
No.
So I thought it was very insensitive. And a lot of these players, like Ohtani, actually speaks, he's picking up the language. He's a very smart guy. But when someone's speaking to you at normal speed, sometimes you miss things or you don't pick them up. So you need an interpreter there. And you may not have all the vocabulary or language to give an answer properly in English. I know if somebody asked me a question in Japanese, a lot of times I'm giving like elementary answers, and a lot of times I can't even, pick up what they say, especially if they're speaking fast. So it's very difficult. And I don't think you need to be a native English speaker or speak English perfectly to be the face of baseball. I think it's unbelievable and remarkable. Baseball's a global sport, so he is the perfect face for baseball right now. It's not just an American sport. It's not.
And whether Stephen A. likes it, he is the face of baseball. I mean, but to his point, it would definitely be easier.
And he's a great kid, too. Let me tell you a story about him. When we were scouting him over here, one of the things, we know he can play, right? So what does a good scout have to do? They have to find out about his makeup, about his parents, about what he's really like. How does he treat other people? I have a friend of mine who lives up in Hokkaido and has students. He's an English professor like myself, who worked for former students who worked for the Panthers, Ohtani's old team. And so I asked him, maybe in 14 or 15, what's he like? What do you know about him? He said that this is the type of guy he is. He sees these clubhouse guys lifting heavy bags. He asks them, you need a hand? And he helps them with the bags. I mean, what kind of superstar, you talk about the face of baseball. I mean, maybe guys would do, but a lot of guys wouldn't do that. And it's also cultural too, I think. But he is a great person, great human being, a perfect guy for the face of baseball. Not to take away from anyone else, but he has it all. He has the looks. Some people call him an eight-tool player because he can pitch and hit and just So I think it's fine to call him the face of baseball.
He's also great with the fans. I see it all over the internet. He's out there interacting with the fans. He gives back to the fans. Like, this kid he really is everything everyone says about him.